You're probably sitting down thinking right now, I want to change, but I'm a little nervous to do so. You're probably putting off something that you know that you should be doing. There probably something, maybe even a dream that you want to follow, but it seems so far out of reach that taking the first step might just seem like the world is about to end. Friend, we have all been there, and guess what? Taking the first step is hard, but you can do it. Hi, welcome back to another episode here on the Millie Experience. If you don't know who I am, hi, my name is Billy, and I make content all about following your dreams and encouraging you to do so as I am following my dreams as well. And friend, you need to sit down for this conversation because we're going to get into it. Taking the first step is hard, but you can do it, and you probably need to give yourself a little more credit than you already been doing. Okay, how do you think you got here? You took the first step. You had to open the YouTube app. You had to go search for a video. You knew where to come find me. Okay, so give yourself a little more credit. You woke up today, you ate some breakfast, probably took a shower, probably brushed your teeth. Taking the first step is hard, but you can do it. And the first thing I want to tell you in, taking the first step into following your dreams, because you might seem like they're out of reach or you don't have enough qualifications, or, you probably just came up with a whole bunch of scenarios in your head. The first thing I want to tell you is stop second guessing yourself. Okay? That's other people's job to do. That is not your job to do. Your job is to believe that you can do it. Your job is to see the goal and like, okay, what is the person I need to become to achieve that goal? You do not need to be that additional voice in your head, second guessing yourself, telling yourself that you can't do it. I'm gonna give you a little story. So, when I was in Virginia last year, I was so down in the dumps that moving to New York seemed like something that was so far out of reach. Like, it took so many steps. I was figuring out, okay, how am I going to pay rent? How am I going to move? Oh my God, I sold my car not. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to do this, that, and the third. I was looking at New York in such this big picture that I started to second guess my move. And ultimately, it led me staying in Virginia longer than what I needed to. Of course, I could have broken my lease. Of course, I could have been doing other things, but I started letting other voices into myself to eventually I started second guessing my own opinion. And that's where we had to draw the line because if you're not gonna believe in you, who else gonna believe in you? I'm waiting. Who gonna believe? Right? If you don't believe in yourself, and it starts with you, so we have to start second guessing ourselves. So what I ended up doing is breaking it down. I was like, okay, I want to move to New York. What's going to be step one? You need somewhere to stay, right? And so I was looking for opportunities, and anybody that came across my path that was kind of doubting me or instilling some type of fear, I wasn't listening to them. I was really listening to that voice telling me, you're going to New York, you're going to New York, just take the steps. And honestly, actually came to one person. I'm not going to name that person specifically, but they were trying to tell me, oh my gosh, think about what you're doing. Is there any resources in your area so you don't have to move? And da 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 da. And to a point where I had to say, look, I'm moving to New York. I believe I can do it. I'm moving to New York. And instead of tearing me down and trying to make me second guess myself, you could be helping me out in this journey. Now, whether they helped me or not, I'll just leave that up to mystery, okay? But it ultimately led to me having that belief in myself, knowing that I can do it. And you can do it. Just stop second guessing yourself. Stop trying to get to step 500. Let's stay at step one. It's probably difficult, but you can do it. It's in your willpower, and I know you can. The next thing I want to tell you is that the first step is supposed to be difficult. Okay, it's new, and it's difficult only because it requires learning. And I'm going to reference school. You didn't walk into freshman year of college knowing everything that you're supposed to know. You didn't walk into senior year of college knowing everything that you needed to know. You didn't walk into your first job knowing all the qualifications and how to do everything and how to do your job effectively. It was new, it was different, it was uncomfortable because it required you to do a different type of learning. And essentially, when you go to follow your dreams, there's so much learning. There's so much learning I'm still doing. But guess what? I can put myself in a place to be able to open to receive that knowledge. And so it's going to be hard, and it's only because it's new. I encourage you to embrace the new. It's a new experience, it's something that you haven't done already. And I know when you're sitting at the top and you have all these accolades and you've done so much, and starting something new just brings you back down. When you climb atop a mountain, there's only one way left to go, and that's back down. But the thing is, when you're back down, there's only one way left to go, and that's up. And that's essentially what you're going to do with your dream. It kind of just goes like that. I know it. I know it. It's a little difficult. It's like, oh my gosh, like, why can't it just be I get the thing that I want? But overall, the process is going to be a lot more rewarding in the end. And I'm just here to tell you, like, the first step is supposed to be hard because it's new. And that's because it requires learning. You have to keep that student mentality. You have to just be open to receiving the new and receiving the knowledge that comes. And guess what? When you learn it, now you know it, you can master it, you're closer to your dream. Okay? The next thing, and this final thing I want to tell you is stop looking at the big picture and break it down. I know I made points about this earlier in the video, but I'm going to make another point about it now. You cannot look at the big picture and break it down. Hence, one of my goals, I want to perform on Broadway, right? That's going to entail a lot. I'm looking at the big picture of Broadway, 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 Broadway. Ooh, that's a tongue twister. But what's the steps in between those I have to achieve? First, I have to learn how to sing. I have to learn how to dance. I have to learn how to communicate. I have to learn how to storytell. I have to be comfortable with performing in front of people. I have to get over stage fright. I have to do X, Y, Z, have these whole bunch of trainings, right? Let me get comfortable in doing that. Let me go through the process of doing that versus just looking at getting Broadway, 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 Broadway. I know that's the end goal, but like, what are the whole bunch of tiny goals in that I need to achieve? Let's stop looking at this big picture, and especially for us that can't like hold that whole capacity. Yes, we want to live in there, but like we have to stay in like where we are, right? We're not at day 5,000 yet. We're still at day one, okay? So we need to do what day one tells us. Learn how to sing, learn how to dance, learn how to act, learn how to storytell. Start going to performances, start going to open mic. What that looks like for you, if you want to achieve your new thing, start at step one. Journal more, read more, write more, okay? Go on a run. If you want that desired body, go on a run. Stop looking at, oh, I want this superficial body or I want this big superficial thing because it'll come over time. It will. I'm going to tell you it will because you're watching me, and I know that you're going to achieve everything that you want to do in life. But it starts with you. Stop looking at the big picture and just being at step one. Okay? Okay? I want to tell you something. I was trying to meal prep, right? This month, my goal was to eat healthier because I am on a little fitness journey. I don't know if you could tell, but we slowly get the body snatching, okay? But one thing I wanted to do was meal prep. And when I was putting together my grocery list and I was putting together everything, it started to stress me out. And I almost didn't want to do the meal prep. I almost didn't want to figure out what I was going to eat for the month and to start eating the way I was eating for the past couple months, when the past couple months was the thing holding me back from what I wanted to do. So I was like, you know what? You know what? Looking at the whole month, it's just not in my capacity right now. Let's break down these steps, okay? Let's just finish out this week, okay? And then let's focus on the next week, okay? And then the next week. And we just essentially had to break it down because of course, I'm going to achieve the result, better health, better physical appearance. But it starts with me, okay, let's just break this down. Let's finish out this week, okay? And then when we get into next week, let's work next week. And then let's work ahead and work ahead. But here's what's going to happen over time, you're going to accumulate more skills, right? You're going to start having more confidence in you that when you get to probably week 2 or week 3, you want to keep continuing. You want to plan week 4, week 5, week 6. So don't just think like you're going to be in this one place and that's going to be the same thing over and over and over. No, what's going to happen is that momentum is going to compound and you're going to start seeing the better results. Stop letting these people tell you, like, oh my gosh, it's only going to happen to say no. That stuff, it compounds over time. And that momentum is going to carry you, and you just have to keep riding that wave. And before I close out for you today, I just want to affirm you. Remember, you don't get to choose what trials come into your life, but you do get to choose how you respond. And what response will you choose today? Okay? You gonna stay in the step that you already been, or you gonna take the first step into following your dreams? You gonna make them happen, or is you not gonna make them happen? And I know what you hear, you're gonna make them happen. Type in the comment section, I'm gonna make my dreams happen. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you are going to be successful in whatever you do. Whatever you desire to do, I hope many success in it. I know you're going to do great. You're already doing great because you're here trying to find that little push to do your opportunity. So I already know you're looking in the right direction. And just keep going. Just keep going. Whatever you do, don't take the foot off the gas. Okay? Thank you so much for watching the video. I look forward to seeing you in the next. See you later.